Welcome to the 7th edition of Nightcap. This is the 250th American Anniversary edition. And if you can hear the sound, it's the sound of people popping firecrackers, or kids popping firecrackers. Yeah, I remember I was a kid and I used to do some stuff like this. When 4th of July rolls around, I pop firecrackers. I think my dad or my sister take me to some fireworks stand to buy some fireworks. So nobody isn't shooting any fireworks in the sky at all. Yeah. Yeah, usually at a time like this, it's nighttime, and the only sound you will hear is crickets chirping, like you hear right now. And I remember I heard some birds chirping. Now, just crickets chirping and the sounds of firecrackers being lit up and exploding. So, before I get into this 7th edition of Nightcap, okay, I'm gonna tell you the time and the day. You know this. Okay, well, you know the day. Okay, today is July the 4th. Independence Day. It's America's birthday. 250 years old. Yeah. This 250-year-old pile of dirt that I'm standing on right now. Yeah. Yeah. It's Independence Day, and what time is it? It's 9:53 p.m. local time. And wow, this is from my mind. Okay, you got people in America shooting off fireworks, lighting up firecrackers, and letting the firecrackers explode when they light them up. They're stuffing their faces with hot dogs, hamburgers, hot links, barbecue, fruit punch, drinking beer, getting drunk. Yeah, and where I'm living at, police officers are at full force, enforcing the law with zero tolerance and nailing people for speeding and driving drunk. Taking them to jail if they break the law on those things. Yeah, I think yesterday on my way, yesterday when I was on the road, I saw 3 police officers, or 3 state troopers, 3 of them. And today, when I was on my way to my parents' house to eat some barbecue. Barbecue beans, whatever you want to call them. While I was heading to my parents' house on the road, on the highway, I saw another cop. So I saw 4 police. Well, I saw 4 state troopers. I saw 3 yesterday and I saw 1 today. Yeah, they're enforcing the law with zero tolerance. Being the strict, no-nonsense assholes as they are. Way too strict, way too harsh. Yeah. So, alright. On to the video. I hear some screechings of some tires. You guys didn't hear that. I hope you guys did. I don't know if you heard that or not. The sound of screeching tires of a car on the road. Alright, don't want to make this video long. Let me get into this. Okay, you saw the title of this video. And the title is 31 Reasons Why 250 Years of American Freedom is a Joke. I repeat, 31 Reasons Why 250 Years of American Freedom is a Joke. Alright, before I get into that list, I got it all written down on a piece of paper, 31 Reasons Why. You hear the sound of the paper. I haven't done something like this in a long time. 31 Reasons Why this sucks. 31 Reasons Why that sucks. Yeah, so that's kind of overkill, so I'm going to do something different. With this something reasons why. And okay, yeah. 31 Reasons Why 250 Years of American Freedom is a Joke. Okay. All right. It all started with those 13 British colonies hugging the east coast of North America. And in those 13 colonies, the colonists rebelled against Great Britain because Great Britain treated them badly and taxed them to death. Yeah, no taxation or representation. And the colonists were fed up with the British government and rebelled, which led to tea being dumped in the Boston Harbor and led to the American Revolutionary War, where the colonists, with the help of the French, defeated the British. And after that, 13 British colonies formed together to form the United States of America. Yeah. But in the 31 Reasons Why 250 Years of American Freedom is a Joke, I got 31 reasons why. And before I get into this, I heard that a time capsule with a lot of stuff in it was going to be buried somewhere here in the U.S. for people of the future to dig up and see. Yeah. 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 31 reasons of lies and bullshit. So let me get right into this. I'm not going to waste any time. All right. 31 reasons why 250 years of American freedom is a joke. Freedom. We are free. We're going to masturbate to the 4th of July celebration. Men going to be choking the chicken and women going to be fingering themselves. Freedom. Full freedom. All right. Number 1. Collectively, the American colonies were known as the 13 colonies or British America. New England colonies, middle colonies, southern colonies. Number 2, the 13 colonies rebelled against Britain primarily due to a lack of political representation and economic exploitation. Number 3, following the French and Indian War, or the 7 Years' War, Britain imposed heavy taxes such as the Stamp Act and restrictive trade laws to pay off war debts, sparking outrage. This fueled the famous rally cry, "No taxation without representation." I think I was wrong. I think I was wrong on that when I said that. Okay. Number 4. As tensions rose, the British government passed a series of primitive laws known as the Coercive or Intolerable Act in 1774. These measures suspended local self-government in Massachusetts, closed to port of Boston, and forced colonists to house British soldiers. Quartering Act. Combined with a deep-rooted American ideology of economic independence, these factors pushed the colonies to unite and declare independence in 1776. Number 5. After the formation of the 13 British colonies, a new country on the North American continent was born. The new nation was known as the United States of America. Number 6. The Trail of Tears saw Native Americans forced off of their land and put on Indian reservations. Before that, others were killed off by war and diseases by the European colonization of North America. Number 7. The white Americans tried to make slaves out of the Native Americans, but it turned out to be a failure. Other Native American Indians freed their fellow tribesmen out of sales. The indigenous people of North America knew the land and couldn't be slaves. They were too smart to be slaves. Number 8. Failed to make the Native Americans slaves, the white Americans went to Africa and kidnapped black Africans by holding guns up to their heads by gunpoint. Number 9. They forced the black Africans onto ships and took them across the Atlantic to North America to be slaves. Number 10. White American slave masters whipped the black Africans, sold them to other slave masters, and raped the women. Number 11. Black Americans went through 400 years of slavery and racism. They've been treated like dirt by their racist white counterparts. Number 12. Today, America has this obsession. Number 12. Today, Americans have this obsession with freedom. There's no basis, no logic, and no explanation on freedom in America. Instead, they chant it like a mindless zombie or stiff, lifeless robot. Number 13. Americans love freedom. They care so much about freedom. Where's the freedom in the for-profit, pay-to-play, bureaucratic, fragmented, dysfunctional healthcare system? Where's the freedom in men, women, and children getting killed in mass shootings and school shootings? Where's the freedom in the rules, laws, and regulations that are very, very high in numbers in this country? Number 14. Speaking of freedom, there's countries outside the United States that have way more freedom. Brain-dead patriotic Americans will hear this and say it's not true. Number 15, a reduced purchasing power that is tied in with a very low minimum wage and longer hours at a job. Number 16, people in America live to work while people in other countries work to live. Number 17, stupid Americans and MAGA supporters put a convicted felon/rapist back in the White House, which was built by enslaved African Americans. Okay, let me read this again. Number 17, stupid Americans and MAGA supporters put a convicted felon/rapist back in the White House, which was built by enslaved African Americans. Number 18, Donald John Trump is the worst president in the United States. He renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, wanted to buy the Panama Canal from Panama, want to make Canada the 51st state, and buy Greenland from Denmark. Number 19, people in Canada stopped coming to the United States because of Trump's repeat talks on Canada becoming the 51st state and tariffs being slapped on the country. Number 20, Donald Trump insulted America's allies. Number 21, America is still an uptight country. Number 22, the loneliness epidemic in America is real because the country lacks social or human connection. Number 23, it's hard to make any friends here because of personal independence, rugged individualism, and self-reliance. Number 24, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Mentality is something some people can't do. Like people who are weak and vulnerable. Number 25, a strong, healthy, confident, unified, educated society that the wealthy, corporate connected don't want. They want a divided, cowardly, selfish, unhealthy, uneducated society that is easy to govern. Number 26, some Americans don't give a shit about each other. Number 27, people like to hold grudges against each other. They don't believe in forgiveness. Number 28, the truth about American freedom is that it's reserved for the wealthy and not for the poor. Number 29, I don't know about you. I think some patriotic Americans like to masturbate to the 4th of July by yelling freedom, 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 full freedom. Some Americans are just weird. Number 30, being a right-wing, capitalistic, conservative society, some Americans view things like universal health care, paid vacation time by law, and things that other countries have as socialism and communism. Number 31, America is not more free, it's less free. Okay, I hope I said everything from 1 to 31 on the list. Yeah, wow. It's been a long time since I did something like this. Well, yeah, the United States is not the greatest country in the world. And it never was the greatest country in the world. Yeah, black people went through 400 years of slavery. They went through racism. They were enslaved, as slaves. They were enslaved and forced to build a White House. They were whipped with a whip by slave masters. Yeah, really bad. Yeah, and the Native Americans got it worse. Like, yeah, they were killed off by war and diseases, and they were forced off of their lands through the Trail of Tears and forced onto reservations. Yeah, it's like, yeah, freedom. I mean, yeah, Andrew Jackson. Yeah, that guy on the $20 bill. Like, I heard that from somebody that he killed Native Americans. I mean, he killed a family, a woman, and there was a crying baby, and the woman who was dead was holding this crying baby, and Andrew Jackson, in a weird way, took this baby and brought the baby to his wife, and they both raised the child. Like, kind of weird. Like, okay, you killed this baby's parents, and then you'll turn around and raise the child. Very weird. Yeah. Yeah. I think the Native Americans, Indians, had it bad. They had it worse because they got their land taken away from them. Yeah, all in the expense of this country being created. But get this, I think before the American Revolutionary War broke out, Britain was gonna promise the Native Americans land for them to have, and they weren't for the westward expansion. And they weren't. Yeah, I know some patriotic American is gonna hear this and they're gonna say this. We Americans made it clear that we don't want to have anything to do with the British. Well, okay, if you want to put it that way, okay, if you believe in that, then why are you using their imperial system? Yeah, the imperial system. The imperial system, which is the opposite of the metric system. Yeah, the imperial system. Miles per hour, inches, pounds, feet, gallons. Yeah, the imperial system. Yeah, basically, you say you and everybody in America from this American, you said that you Americans made it clear that you guys don't want to have anything to do with the British. Okay, then why are you using the British's old imperial system? Why come you're using their measurements of their not measurements? Why come you're using their imperial system, their old British imperial system? So basically, Billy Bob in Arkansas is using the same system of measurements and units as Nigel in Britain or the United Kingdom, which is kind of funny. And what I don't understand is, okay, some Americans say that they don't want to have anything to. They say over the colonists rebelling against Britain. Okay, you say you don't want to have any. You guys made it clear that you don't want to have anything to do with the British. Yeah, but you want to hang on to their imperial system, and you don't want to go to metric. Yeah, basically metric is something that Americans can use by ditching the old British imperial system, which in America is known as the USCS, the United States Customary System, which is basically a modified version of the imperial system. Yeah. 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 So I find the imperial system, to be honest with you, I find it to be very complicated and hard to understand. Yeah. America, yeah, like, and looking at Americans' obsession with freedom. Okay, they talk about freedom. They talk about freedom. They get on top of a mountaintop and they shout it like a brain dead zombie. And they have this mindset in saying that America is the only country, or the United States is the only country in the world that has freedom, and those other countries don't have any freedom. Actually, in reality, countries outside the U.S. have way more freedom than America, way more freedom. And you look at the United States has a high number of rules, laws, and regulations that you have to obey. And it's like this, okay? And you have a job to answer to. You have a boss to answer to, okay? They talk about, oh, you live in a country with so much freedom. Okay, you have a boss at your job, and your boss sets your hours and tell you what time to be at work. Okay, he wants you. Okay, let's say that he wants you to be at work. He or she wants you to be at work at 7 in the morning. Okay, you're supposed to be at work. You're supposed to be at work at 7 in the morning. Not 7 in the morning. And when you get there, you clock in and you go to work. And for the lunch break, you clock out at noon, 12 p.m. You take your lunch break, a 1 hour lunch break. Then after that, you clock back in on the time clock at 1 p.m. to resume your shift at your job. And then you leave your job at 3:30 p.m. and head home for the day. Okay, if you come to work or don't come to work, and come to work and go to your job and you don't do what your boss tells you to do, then this keeps up. What will happen? You get the pink slip. You get fired. So you have no freedom on your job. You don't have the freedom to do whatever you want on your job because you have a boss to answer to on that job. Yeah, the only time you're gonna have freedom is when you leave your job and go home and do whatever you want. And it's like this, okay, going back to the rules, laws, and regulations. Okay, every country in the world has rules, laws, and regulations that you have to obey. In the United States, is no exception. So it's like this. If you follow the rules, you do as you're told, you pay your taxes, you stay out of trouble. If you do that, you'll be fine and you can enjoy your freedom. So what is this freedom that they speak of here in the United States? This special freedom that Americans like to preach about. It's never explained. There's no basis, no logic, no reason, there's no basic, no logic to this. I mean, yeah, it's like this, okay, you have the freedom to work. You have the freedom to vote. Like it doesn't make any logical sense, and it's kind of ridiculous. And and as I look at what's okay, and it's funny, okay, and I want to bring this up. Okay, the British taxed the colonies to death, and the colonists didn't like it, and they went and rebelled against Britain and went through that American Revolutionary War. They defeated the British. And they declare all 13 colonies came together and formed the United States. Yeah, and in all of this, and you fast forward today, people in America are paying sky high taxes. Like I live in Texas. I live in Texas and people are paying sky high property taxes. The property taxes here are through the roof. So basically, what Britain did to the colonies, the American government is doing to the people. And I just can't understand that. Really, I just don't. I kind of shake my head at this, and I kind of laugh and chuckle at this, and I do. Yeah, this 250 years of so-called freedom, got a convicted felon in the White House that's just making this country look bad. Yeah. Yeah, America's neighbor to the north, Canada. The people in that country don't want to come to the U.S. and they're boycotting the U.S. and not coming there on holiday / vacation because of Donald Trump disrespecting the sovereignty of Canada by saying that Canada should be the 51st state, or as he likes to put it, the cherished 51st state, and that pissed a lot of Canucks off. Pissed them off. And if you go on YouTube channel, you got a lot of Canadian YouTubers like Charlie Angus, the former member of Parliament, part of the NDP party of the Parliament in Canada in Ottawa, or the Canadian Parliament. Then you got people like Guard the Leaf and others. Yeah, they're just like laughing and just ripping this country apart and just shitting on Americans who are MAGA. And as I see it, I really don't care. It doesn't bother me because I really want to get out of this country. Because, you know, as I look at it, the United States is just damaged goods. It's a sinking ship. And the country can put together a time capsule and bury it. They can do something like that. They're just basically creating a time capsule and filling it up with bullshit. Yeah. Let's see, a bottle of Coca-Cola, a copy of the Constitution. Oh yeah, hey, how about add this in? Oh, like America's mass shooting problems, where the country, where people, where gun nuts are for the Second Amendment and don't want to bring in gun control. And I heard of some disaster that happened somewhere in this country. I heard it on the news. So I'm probably gonna look into this. Hold up, maybe I'll find something online. Hold up. Okay, let's see. I found something. Okay, due to extreme heat, America's Independence Day parade is canceled. Okay, Independence Day parade was canceled due to extreme heat. Yeah, it's really hot. It's hot where I live. Okay. All right. Okay, due to extreme heat, America's Independence Day parade is canceled. All right, Washington, D.C. Okay, the organizers of America's Independence Day parade scheduled for July the 4th, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. have canceled the parade due to extreme heat in the Washington, D.C. region. Okay, this was yesterday. This was on Friday, July the 3rd. Okay, the National Weather Service has issued an extreme heat warning for the District of Columbia, with heat index values expected to reach between 110 degrees Fahrenheit and 115 degrees Fahrenheit. This decision was made after extensive and careful consideration of the safety of our participation, inspectors, and staff as the top priority. Oh. Yeah, it's really hot. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, because people want people to pass out due to extreme heat. Okay. There was There was something that I heard about on the news. Okay, I didn't listen to this on the radio. I saw it on TV. So, let me look for this. Okay. Okay, July the 4th, insanity. Wild face plant and loser march. Okay, I'm looking at this on YouTube. I can't play the sound of a video from YouTube. I'm on my Apple iPad Mini. Okay, also see, MAGA is dead. Trump's empty 250 state fair is a massive flop. So, okay, yeah, President Trump built a a 250 anniversary state fair, and it turned out to be a flop. Yeah. Due to people not coming because they hate Donald Trump and what he has done. Yeah, he was behind ICE, letting ICE go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and have Renee Good and Alex Peretti being killed. Then after that, Donald Trump disrespected Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky by berating him. President Trump berated Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, berated him in the Oval Office along with J.D. Vance. Total disrespect. And then Trump said a lie about President Trump said a lie about Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, saying that Giorgia Meloni, the Prime Minister of Italy, was on her knees. She was begging Trump for a photo op with him, and Giorgia Meloni came out and said all of this wasn't true, and she can't understand why Donald Trump would act the way that he acts. Well, he's an unhinged, out of control lunatic and an idiot, and he's a convicted felon and a rapist, a thug. And all these parades that Trump created, nobody in America shows up to see them. It's kind of funny. Like, okay, why in the okay? People who voted for Trump, they are the problem. Yeah, they're the reason why Trump is in the White House. They put him there, and they did. Yeah, MAGA, not just the MAGA crowd. It's just you got these stupid black people and these Hispanic people and some couple of dumb white people who aren't MAGA voted for him because they want him. Trump, before he was reelected and put in the White House in 2024. Donald Trump told a lie and said that he was gonna lower the prices for groceries and everything that's expensive in the country. And he's president right now, and he has done no such thing. So basically, it's hook, line, and sinker. Trump got these people who voted for him by the balls. He basically tricked them, lied to them, stabbed them in the back. And what's the point? Everything was expensive under Joe Biden. I mean, Joe Biden presidency wasn't that great, but everything was expensive under him, and everything's expensive under Trump. Yeah, but and 250 years of freedom. I look at this country. I look at the U.S. It's not, yeah, it's not 250 years of freedom. It's 250 years of lies and delusion. Because the United States is a country that doesn't, it's not a country, well, yeah, the United States doesn't have a lot of freedom. It has less freedom. It doesn't have more freedom, it has less freedom. Lesser than China and other countries like it. Like the list of countries with so much freedom, the United States is not on the top list. It's not on the top of this list of countries that have a lot of freedom. It's not on that list. Yeah, look at that list. It's nowhere to be found. I look at this list online of countries that have a lot of freedom. And I saw Canada on the list, and Canada has way more freedom than the U.S. Can you believe that? And the U.S. is nowhere on that freedom. No, it's nowhere on that list of freedom. On that list of countries that have a lot of freedom. Excuse me. Yeah, the United States is nowhere on that list of countries that have so much freedom. Well, it's on that list. It's at the bottom of the list. Okay. Mass shootings and school shootings. Yeah, the United States, the last time I looked on a list of countries that have a lot of that have mass shootings, the United States is on the top of the list with over like 288 mass shootings. And you look at other countries don't come close because other countries have strict gun control. France, 1 mass shooting, Canada, 2 mass shootings. Other countries that have those same numbers, they have strict gun control. Yeah, those countries that have strict gun control, they have 1 mass shooting, 2 mass shootings, and they're on that list, and they don't come close to the U.S. The U.S. is at 288 mass shootings. Why? Because the refusal of adopting gun control. So as I look at when it comes to mass shootings and school shootings, adults and children don't have the freedom to be safe in public. Children don't have the freedom to be safe at school because somebody is going to storm their school with a gun and shoot up the school and kill those kids with a rifle. Yeah, hence Salvio Ramos, the guy who was behind the Uvalde mass shooting. He was 18 years old, and on his 18th birthday, he purchased 2 assault rifles, and he went on a mass shooting at Robb Elementary School, killing 19 children and 2 teachers. And before that, he shot his grandmother or his mother in the face, and he messaged a 15-year-old girl in Germany online, I think on Facebook or any social media site. He messaged this girl in Germany who's 15 years old, who he's friends with, told this girl that he shot his grandmother or his mother in the face, and said he was going, and he told her after he shot his grandmother or mother in the face, he was going to go to a school and shoot up a school. And the 15-year-old girl from Germany said this: "Oh, wow, cool." That wasn't cool at all. That was terrible. Yeah, I think the girl from Germany, the 15-year-old girl from Germany, got in trouble for all of this. Yeah. So so when it comes to school shootings, children all over the United States don't have the freedom to be safe at a place that they should be safe at, that they should be safe at a school where they go and learn things, get an education and learn from the teacher, and go play on the playground at recess. They don't have that freedom to be safe. Yeah, like mass shooting drills. And you got a child talk about his or her first mass shooting, and I look at this and I hear this, and that's not normal. That's not a way to live. You got these heartless pieces of shit who run their mouths about building a legacy for the next generation. Well, your generation is getting slaughtered by lunatics and mentally unstable people with guns because of the loose, lax gun laws here in the U.S. So no freedom and all of that for those kids. And there's no freedom for adults to go in public and shop at stores and buy things. There's no freedom. Yeah, none. Zero, zip, nada. It's I talked about this in previous videos, and so this 250 years of freedom is all lies. Yeah. It's just pure BS. 250 years of freedom, more like 250 years of less freedom. Yeah. More like 369 years of mass shootings and school shootings in the United States for years to come. Yeah, and along with low minimum wage, people work longer hours for less pay. People live to work and they don't work to live. A lack of social or human connection, where people are segregated, isolated, paranoid, and fake. It's hard to make any normal friends here. And the only way you want to talk to people is through business-related purposes. Yeah, social isolation. Yeah, individualism, self-reliance. Don't need no help from anybody. What kind of country is this? What kind of country is that? What kind of country is that? I don't know what kind of country is that. And yeah, I'm going to quote something from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, Dr. King said that he had a dream. Well, me, I had a nightmare. He had a dream. I had a nightmare. And I'm living in this nightmare that I just can't wake up from. Basically, the United States and all the horrible, terrible things that go on in this country, it's just basically a gigantic nightmare. It's basically what it is. A nightmare that's wrapped in a flag. That's what this country is. Yeah, and some patriotic American will say this: you can leave if you want to. If you don't like it here, you can leave. No problemo. No problemo. Yeah, I'll be more than happy to leave. And when I leave, I'm gonna move to a country where I have universal health care and a better quality of life. I'm going to feel good about myself. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to be full of joy and blitz, something that I won't get here in the U.S. Yeah. So basically, Mr. Patriotic American and all these patriotic Americans, I'm going to be living way better than all of you. So there, and if I do live in another country, I'm not going to talk about the United States at all. I'm not going to mention this. I'm not going to mention the country. I might talk about it a little bit, but not a lot. I think I've been talking too much about it on this channel. So before I end this 7th edition of Nightcap, episode number 7, the 250th American freedom. I'm not gonna say that. So anyway, this special 250th anniversary edition of Nightcap, episode number 7. Before I end this episode of Nightcap, I'm gonna say this. Yeah, freedom in America is a joke and has went over like a fart in church. All right, so that's all I gotta say in this 7th edition of Nightcap. More videos to come. All right, I'm done. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Yeah, before I end this video, just gonna let this footage roll. Yeah. Still hearing people lighting up firecrackers and letting them explode. No fireworks. So I live out in the sticks. Okay. Saw something. Someone shot a firework in the fireworks rocket in the sky. Man, this sucks. Yeah. So the only thing that's exciting at night is hearing the sounds of crickets chirping. Oh well, c'est la vie. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. That's life. All right. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite.